In my career, I spent over $1 billion in ad spend. So you can't tell me I don't understand what paid can do. But I'm telling you right now, in the last 10 years, I haven't had to spend $1 to be able to make sure that I showed up in AI. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the YOUmanize Your Brand podcast. I am Joshua B. Lee.
I'm Rachel B. Lee.
Lovely wife that wasn't going to let me introduce her, Rachel B. Lee. There we go. You know, I get to open this time, y'all. So I'm excited because we're getting into this. So today, AI, discoverability, credibility. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this, Rachel, because I think in today's world, yes, we're all talking about AI every single time, but it's more from what I see is like how to use AI. Here's all the different prompts to be able to use. Yeah. And it's just like you and I continue to work on how do we actually show up rather than I want to be the results in AI than rather compete against the other billion people. So in this episode, we're really going to talk about the real opportunities about building credibility faster and, all while staying human first. What do you think?
That's it.
Are you good with that?
We're going to get...
You good with that episode? All right. Are y'all okay with that episode?
The question is,
are y'all excited?
When somebody Googles you or when somebody looks you up on OpenAI, anything OpenAI, do you show up?
My mom says don't point at people.
If they're looking for the top personal branding strategist, do you show up? If they're looking for the top LinkedIn expert, who's showing up? If it's not you, we got some work to do.
If it's not you, then who?
No, but really though, that is. So that's what we're going to talk about. We have a couple interesting stories where, the world of search is completely changing.
Right.
Wait, 10 years ago, 20 years
Rachel,
ago.
You don't want to be like all the other experts out there and tell everyone how to do it rather than actually showing them how we've done it?
Yeah, sure, honey.
No, exactly. We want to show them how we've done that. So we're going to tell the story. I'm joking. Right?
No, I know. And it's just changing. I think that the playbook, what we're talking a lot about is going back to basics because the playbook is really changing with Gen AI and the speed in which things are moving. So, Josh, your first companies, LF Media.
Yeah. Well, it was leads and fees that rolled into the LF Media that turned into, yes.
So that was a arbitrage-based company, online advertising. MySpace
being my first client, we worked with a company called Overture, which eventually became Yahoo that most people know about. And we'd buy low, sell high. It's used a lot in today's world. And we had to build algorithms. We had AI to be able to help us be able to figure that information out. And we buy traffic at pennies on the dollar off of MySpace, creating one of their first ad units. And then, sell it for keywords like mesothelioma for $500 a click. It was literally printing money.
Yeah. And that was with paid advertising.
Yeah.
At that time, it wasn't organic search. It wasn't the same world we're living in today.
No.
Google search wasn't around then, was it?
100%.
Okay, it was around, but not in the same.
Y'all, I want you to realize, since I am older than Rachel, sometimes she's like, was that around when you were...
Oh, you created LF Media, you were, 25?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was literally graduating high school.
I'm just saying, we even have a conversation, we're getting totally off topic here, but I just want to explain to everybody, sometimes Rachel, when she's like, you learned how to type on a typewriter? Oh my God.
I still think that's wild.
So just giving context here, Ross, she's like,
was it
Google
a
search
typewriter with the circles, that kind of old
girl
school? Or it was my keyboard,
typewriter.
Oh, that's old school. Yeah, I didn't learn on that. I did play around with those in my dad's office. Yeah, Patty is here, and she's like, yeah, I did that. Anyways, okay, okay.
It is.
So let's back out because we have a lot of different stories of where...
Where were you going with MySpace?
Well, I was going there because that was 2 decades ago, and we're talking about getting discovered. It was the start of crazy paid media online.
It was not regulation either.
No, it was just Wild West, right? You said you're printing money. Then what was going on from, Google search wasn't what it is today, where you have the first page of the SERP, and there weren't
no
websites.
No one watching right now even knew that the first 3 listings were paid ads. Right? We're sponsored listing. Now we all know, skip past the first 3.
It says sponsored.
Well, now you don't even have the first 3 anymore. You have Google AI, Gemini at the top for most of us, giving us the answer. So we've moved from an SEO world to an AEO world, answer engine optimization that is more AI based.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's the shift, right? So how do you actually, where Rachel's trying to go, y'all, is how are we actually compared to how we were showing up then, which was pay to play, being able to go into a world now where it's not about being the right listing or the right advertisement that someone's going to click on, but how do you actually become the answer when they're using AI and search? And I mean, like, look, everything's changed.
Changing.
Changing faster than you can realize.
Yeah.
I mean, and searchability. I mean,
It hasn't. Like some things are still the same.
Human beings
are the same. And still, what is the most important piece of all of this?
Showing up consistently time after time.
Okay, no, not what I was thinking, but yes.
The 3 C's: clear, consistent content.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Just tell me.
Keywords.
Keywords.
Okay. Yeah. Like still in a digital world, and as we talk about search engine optimization, social search, all of it, discoverability, it's still based off of keywords. Now the keywords.
We're gonna play a game, y'all.
Okay.
Since I came from a search background, I want to see Rachel's. She's saying keywords. Are we talking about long tail keywords or short tail keywords?
Does it matter?
Very much so.
Why?
Because do you actually just go onto Google and search hat?
Well, obviously, it's like what is or tell me how to. Yeah.
Exactly. That's a long tail keyword. So again, it's a sentence that actually people are searching for.
Okay, but what does that matter? We're talking about.
It doesn't. I mean, it just does, but I just wanted to see if you.
What? You're just trying to prove me what? Yeah, you're smarter than me.
It's not about smarter. Just so many people.
So
many people talk about, what I want to make sure that people are listening that are clear that we do understand the aspects of keywords.
Okay. You are also not, we are both, for the record, we are not search experts.
Not even close.
We're not even close. We are not SEO experts. We have not
even close.
Yeah, we're not, Rand Fishkin, Moz, like all these amazing platforms. There are a couple of things that we are learning and discovering from firsthand evidence. And so I think that's let's tell some of the things that we're observing and some things that we're doing today that could help you, most importantly, get discovered and be visible. Because if people don't find you, your business, there isn't much you could do, right? If you're not discoverable, you got nothing in this world of business.
And here's one thing I want you to think about too, y'all, because again, in this world that we're moving into in AI search, AI looks for things that are consistent. They need to understand that something is consistently the same time over time for a specific amount, right? And I know I'm going to jump off, Rachel. I just got to throw this in there because I come from a different generation. As you told me, I'm old. We live in a world where the younger generation now are jumping from job to job. I mean, like I grew up where if you didn't have a job for at least 2 to 3 years, like that looked bad on your resume.
Okay.
And like the way AI is looking is they need to be able to say like the reason why I show up in AI is because I've been consistently talking about LinkedIn and what it does and how it humanizes your voice and brand for the last 12 years. And that's what we have to be able to understand is, are you consistently staying with the same message, saying this, being an expert or an authority in that space for a period of time rather than going, oh, here's the new hot thing. Oh, here's the next thing. So that's where I want to make sure we're paying attention to, because again, I want the younger generation to understand, like, you have to do something consistently over time, especially now more than ever in the world we're moving into.
Just to showcase, to flaunt Josh a little bit, the work that he's always tinkering. He's always with everything with the AI. He's always tinkering and learning and testing. And Josh and our team have been very consistent in content themes, which is something we do a lot with our clients. In our Launchpad with our elite clients with StandOut Authority, we always, what's your subject matter expertise? What do you want to say? What are your 3 content themes? And we need to hit that over and over.
Who's your audience?
And so Josh has been consistently talking about AI and marketing, I'd say, for the last 2 years.
Yeah. Resourceship, marketing,
entrepreneurship, and LinkedIn. Like those are his 3 core topics, and very consistently. You have your dopamine dose, which is his bi-weekly newsletter on LinkedIn. So that's every other week. What's that, 20,000 subscribers or so now?
I think I'm over that, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, all organic. The no investment beside time and team into this work. And what happened a couple weeks ago when you were at an event and they were on ChatGPT.
Well,
and looked up.
It's an interesting story, right? I mean, as we kind of go through, because I had a buddy of mine, he was like, so what are y'all doing now? And I said, it's amazing because, most people aren't paying attention to how AI and the owners of the space and where it's getting indexed, because we have a lot of different information that's shown to the massive public, but there's other pieces that are more hidden that you have to really look to understand. And one thing that we realized a long time ago was that, because Microsoft purchased LinkedIn, and let's be honest, Microsoft really owns OpenAI. There's an opportunity that they've been leveraging for a while. And we saw that over a year and a half ago, that they were actually leveraging and indexing LinkedIn. Because if you're not paying attention to, most people, unless you're in the space like us, like Google indexes LinkedIn higher than anything else. Like if I search for your name or Rachel's name or my name on Google, one of the top 3 listings is going to be your LinkedIn profile. So because it's one of the most trusted sites out there, they started leveraging that for generative search, generative AI, right? That's where search is going. That's where the future of business is going. By doing that, we were showing up. And so we started to leverage that showing up, being able to consistently show those information on Google. How do we show up? What do we talk about? And because of that, it allowed us to be able to kind of influence the algorithm. And that's what I told my buddy. I was like, look, we're not only helping our people show up on LinkedIn, be able to build advocates, to be able to create opportunity, but we're also helping them with the future of their business, the future of search, and actually positioning them in AI. And he goes, oh, okay, all right. I mean,
he basically called bullshit.
Literally pulls up his phone. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
And he types in, who are the top 25 experts in the world on LinkedIn? And I'm going to be honest, I was sweating a little bit. I was like, oh man, please, let's make sure this works. I was hoping for like 25, right? And honestly, pleasantly surprised that I showed up as one of the top 3 experts in the world. And it just goes to prove that my theory and my evidence-backed how we were strategy of what we were using and how we were leveraging LinkedIn was reliable.
It's such a powerful example. And it's not like we're doing anything crazy. We're not doing paid ads. We do not have an SEO team working on the StandOutAuthority.com website. Like what we do have is a strong team. We are constantly mindful of SEO and constantly mindful of consistently talking about the same things and staying in our camp and not happen. And we have another.
But we have to be able to, I want everyone to understand too, because there's too many people I know that are watching right now. They're like, well, everyone tells me paid. Like, these people don't know. They haven't spent enough money on paid. Like in my career, I spent over $1 billion in ad spend. So you can't tell me I don't understand what paid can do. But I'm telling you right now, in the last 10 years, I haven't had to spend $1 to be able to make sure that I showed up in AI.
It's really good. I was just having a conversation with somebody about.
Sometimes I have gems.
Sometimes. Very rare. Another cool example around this conversation of discoverability and what's going on is we have people, if you want to be a client of StandOut Authority, we have like a very short application on our website. So if you go to StandOut Authority, come and we're interested in working with us, we'd love to hear from you. You have to answer a couple questions. And one of the—
It's not a plug.
Just, of course there's a plug. And we got a submission and it said that they found us on ChatGPT. And Josh had that discovery call.
I mean, that's
and it was a very legit company, perfect kind of audience. This is a CEO, multi-million-dollar company.
And it will turn into a 6-figure deal for us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that opportunity. And it was funny too. The guy goes like, look, I'm going to be honest. Like I literally, he's like, I'm not joking. I found you on ChatGPT. I typed in what I wanted and you were the answer. And then I did my research. He's like, I didn't just go off for ChatGPT. I then looked online. Your name consistently came up time and time again. And so that's why I filled it out.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that, again, we don't know all the answers, but some of the things
I'm telling you, LinkedIn is.
Yeah. So some of the things that we've been doing with AI and LinkedIn with discoverability. LinkedIn obviously is a big platform for us. It also is looking for trust signals with the algorithm.
It does look for trust signals, but one of the other things it looks for is same as, right? Like when we're talking in this, and I have some friends of mine that are some of the top people in the world on AEO, answer engine optimization, where they believe the system is going. And, they say, look, you got to be able to teach the system out. Rachel B. Lee is the same as Rachel Lee. And they're like, oh, you have to build this page on the backside of your website, right? To say, oh, Rachel is all these same people. So AI knows that you're the exact same person. So they don't have to kind of guess like, oh, if I give this answer, is it the same Rachel? Is it not? And I said, well, that's great. You can build that page, or there's already a site that's actually heavily indexed that does that already for you. And again, I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's LinkedIn. It's your LinkedIn profile, right? Like being able to go in and being able to go through, at the bottom, you can add publications. So you've been able to be shown in podcasts and websites and whatever, like filling all that information out is so critical in today's world of being able to show up in AI and make sure it knows that you are the same person.
Yeah. So LinkedIn's a big way for your discoverability. Outside of that, well, as we've been talking to the experts in this space, we're seeing things like Reddit, so forums are starting to really make big headway. Reddit and Quora, there's just so many conversations and there's so many, I guess, clusters of content and conversations. So you're able to really niche down, and that's been picked up. So that's a great way. Of course, we haven't dove super deep into that, but it is part of our longer strategy. But if that, is something, the other thing around discoverability, PR has evolved.
Yeah.
So the traditional PR of pitching yourself, paying a publicist, pitching to be in a publication, print, forget about it. You want to be in Forbes or Entrepreneur Inc. It's really changing. It's very hard to even get an article, right? And to get contribution. But branded content is very important in showing up and discovering. So what does that mean? As much as you can partner and coexist with credible names, big, whether it's personal brand or company brands, really, really helpful. So I'm a contributor for Branding Mag. Yeah. It's a smaller digital publication actually in Europe, but it has a lot of credibility. Really, that's a great example of ways in which I'm able to take up some juiciness on the internet. Another area.
Well, I can tell you all what I've done this year. And I mean, it's amazing, right? Like if we look at last year, and yes, I'm going to say LinkedIn again, but it's how you're actually leveraging it, right? Not just filling out your LinkedIn profile, not just putting out content, y'all, but you look at last year, I think I maybe did about 2 million views on my platform. I think I'm closer to 30 million this year. And that's mainly because of the fact that how I'm showing up, discoverability, not only on LinkedIn, not only on Google, but with AI. And like Rachel said, partnering. And how do you actually partner with a company like LinkedIn? How do you show up? Well, we all hear about trending hashtags, right? Yeah. And Instagram, TikTok, you want to make sure, let's follow the trending hashtags. On LinkedIn, it's trending news in the top right-hand corner if you're on your desktop. And, y'all, don't miss that out because we live in a world where, well, let me take it back. Usually I would say a 24/7 news cycle, but we all know news isn't news anymore. I mean, hell, even our president's entire cabinet is from the TV. So, we live in a 24/7 media/TV world, and LinkedIn is one of those trusted platforms. And so being able to leverage that news, and what we used to call it was newsjacking, by being able to take what's in the news right now and popular and being able to incorporate it into your story, into what you do, how you help people. And I've been doing that through video and being able to leverage the current news stories and having LinkedIn pick my content up and then show it to more people. And what that does is it not only shows more visibility on LinkedIn, but it also triggers the AI saying a credible news source is showcasing Joshua B. Lee, and he is credible. And so now we're actually feeding off that credibility, and every single person here can be able to do that. And because it's open, it's not rocket science. There's an opportunity for each one of y'all to be able to leverage that. And that's the fastest way for you to get not only notoriety, but credibility, but also be able to show up in AI in the search results.
Yeah. The newsjacking has been super effective.
Yeah.
And of course, it's not just about the impressions, because the question is, are impressions creating conversions? But if people don't see you, if you're not in the sphere, then none of that can happen. I mean, that's marketing 101.
My engagements went through the roof as well. I mean, that's what's more important. I care about more engagement. I mean, you look at Rachel, like the average person across LinkedIn, if they're lucky, gets 1% to 2% engagement ratios. I mean, based on how we're doing it, leveraging the human algorithm, being able to go through really understanding how to be able to connect and polarize our audience in a positive fashion,
Yeah.
Our audience, and condition them, right? To be able to look for those dopamine hits that we leverage in a positive fashion. And our clients see anywhere from 8 to hell. We have some clients that have had 15% engagement ratios. And so that's what's important, right? And that's where you're looking at sentiment again, and going back to AI to be able to be searchable, because platforms like that, they don't want you just to post content. Everyone can post content. I can post a video of my dog sleeping over here. Yeah. And I probably get a whole bunch of likes because it's a cute little dog, but what's it going to do to be able to drive opportunity? And I mean, that's what, not only are you looking to be able to show up in search, be able to be visible, but how can you actually start a conversation and build that relationship? And not only are you're the people that we're looking for you to be able to do, but at the same time, that's what AI is looking for as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
See, when you drop a bomb like that, drop the mic, I even paused my wife. She's like, I don't even know where to go from here.
Yeah.
So
let's wrap this conversation just around getting discovered, using AI and content, some of the, takeaways that we've talked about here. I mean, visibility, content is incredibly important to this. It really is, but it's not just about putting out content. It's about thinking through the Gen AI systems, whatever it is for you, OpenAI or all of them. You want to have that sort of thoughtfulness in your head, which is different than I'm creating this blog and I want to make sure that the headers are SEO friendly, right? So that's kind of a distinction.
Dude, I hate the freaking banners that are all SEO friendly. It's like this title doesn't even make sense because there's throw a whole bunch of keywords in there. I mean, there's a better way to be able to do it. And I mean, if you're visible and they just bounce off your page, y'all think about that, right? Cool, you can grab an audience, but if they go to somewhere that there's nothing to be found, you're just wasting your time.
Yeah.
And this is why building your personal brand is so important in today's world, and humanizing it at the same time, because you want to be visible. But if you're visible to something that doesn't exist, you just wasted everybody's time.
Yeah.
I think the other piece is I think we don't live in a world where content's king anymore, Rachel. I mean, there's so much content. You and I talk about, how many times you're going to kill me on a Friday night where I'm searching through Netflix and you're like, dude, you're spending more time trying to figure out what we're going to watch than what we're watching. Mm-hmm. And I mean, seriously, I know everyone has had this at this point in time. And it's not about outposting your competition, right? You don't have to post so much. You don't have to do the Gary V's out there anymore to be able to post so much content that you're just nonstop content. And half of it's just AI generated garbage, right? I'd rather you create content that's quality, because I mean, that's what we look at. Content's not king anymore. Quality is queen. And being able to stand out, this is the opportunity now more than ever. I think every single one of you, including us, has the opportunity as human beings to show up in a AI generated crap throw up world that we're all getting, over just saturated with right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think 100%. So quality over, quantity.
That's the short
visibility, visibility with content, very important, but it's not just about putting out content. It's having this mindfulness of Gen AI and how people are searching in the behaviors. And the other piece is staying human first. Well, and so to be discovered, you were just kind of alluding to this. It's a lot easier to create content now. The bar has been raised. And so for you to actually stand out and show up, it's a lot harder. The only way to do that is for you to get crystal clear on what your personal brand is, what's your message, what's your position, have a unique audience, more specific, the better, and say it over and over and over and over and over again. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. That's not going to win this game.
I mean, people that jump from trend to trend, I mean,
not going to work here.
You're going to get lost in the AI search world.
It's not going to work if you're an exec. It's not going to work if you're a marketer for a business, you're a solopreneur, you're a consultant.
Well, and AI is looking for the human beings behind the brand, because they're not looking for experts anymore. They're looking for authorities.
Because AI is already smart enough. Yeah. AI is PhD level.
They're not looking for the company brands.
And it's thirsty for data. It's thirsty for our information. So you need to really think about what your unique IP is and then get that into the market, but make sure you're protecting it too.
And from there, I want to be like, and how thirsty are you wanting to show up in today's?
Oh my God. Okay.
I know. I always make fun of her when she's like, thirsty.
Well, we really hope that you enjoyed this conversation. We're going to continue to talk a lot about this. We're learning with you. There's a lot changing in this game as marketers, as creators, as business owners. If you're curious to learn more about this, hit us up. Follow us, the Rachel B. Lee, the Joshua B. Lee, LinkedIn, Instagram. You can go to standoutauthority.com, which is where we have a lot of great information. In fact, if you go to standoutauthority.com/3 hidden signals, you are going to get some free hidden signals that are going to get you discovered on LinkedIn. So that's a cool asset for you. And then what else can we ask them to do?
Come hang out with us. I mean, again, we invite you into our home to be able to listen to the fun banter between Rachel and I as we go back and forth. Because I mean, I tell you all right now, if you can't tell already, listening to this episode or the other ones, yeah, Rachel and I align on a lot of things, but sometimes we go back and forth. And I think that's the fun part of being able to see two sides of a coin, right? Being able to see the corporate world, the female version of that aspect versus the entrepreneur, the male side, and being able to see where the mess is in between.
Please please subscribe, please share it. We appreciate you. Let's humanize this stuff. Bye, y'all.
Bye. If today's episode sparks something in you, you don't have to keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who's building something with heart. And hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.
If you're ready to humanize your brand now and show up with soul, grab our free guide, 3 Hidden Signals, at standoutauthority.com/3 hidden signals. We'll see you soon.